The cause for which a sect stands can be questioned when their act of service and worship begins to involve one that provokes or challenges the rest or rulership of the installed government. Nigerians have suffered unjustly in the name of enlightenment from such sects with a similar goal: creation of an Islamic state governed by God's appointed people with strict adherence to the commandments laid down by God as read in the hadiths of the prophets. Since the reign of terror by the group who stood firmly against Western education in 2009, Boko Haram, Nigeria has been on the edge when it comes to religious sect. The leader, Muhammad Yusuf, was allegedly killed by military men and his body left in front of his in-laws' house. Instead of this act to send a message for the group to back off, it bore a radical and merciless leader, Shekau, who had been Yusuf's second-hand man in his lifetime. This group gripped the society with unrest and attracted international attention with their activities such as suicide bombing, kidnapping, unlawful killings, and unspeakable atrocities. Another movement in the drive for owning a constitution and building an Islamic republic is the Islamic movement in Nigeria, created in the 1970s and inspired by the Iranian Revolution led by Ayatollah Ruhollah Khomeini. Sheikh Ibrahim Zaky, a 60-year-old activist, Islamic scholar, and a Shia Muslim leader, married to Zinatuddin with 9 children but 3 surviving, is the leader of this group. Shia Islam is the second branch of the second largest religion across the world. The view, as opposed to the other branch of Islam, is based on the teachings and hadiths of the Prophet Muhammad and the belief in his divinely appointed successor. This is the basis on which the IMN is built and is being operated. The group was soon labeled terrorists and suffered through a series of protests and attacks with the government, in which El-zakzaky has lost 6 children and about 350 followers, not to count the numbers of civilians trapped in this battle. Following the clash in Kaduna between Nigerian soldiers and the ISM group, 60 people were reportedly killed during an attack. The Nigerian army had claimed that the attack was a response to an assassination attempt by the sect's members on the Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Tukur Buratai. El-zakzaky was arrested with his wife and detained despite the court's order to release him. He was finally taken to court and charged on the following counts. On the 28th of July 2021, there was a massive celebration by the Shiite group as the Kaduna State High Court declares Sheikh Ibrahim Zaky free of all charges. Justice Kurada, the presiding judge, ruled that the prosecution team failed to establish a prima facie case against the IMN leader and the wife.
The court entered a defense of discharge and acquittal for Zaky and his wife. The court was emphatic in holding that there is no charge, that there should not have been a charge against Zaky and the wife in the first place.
To bring him back to Geles, who will bring it back to Geles? Oh, we are now in peace. We don't want what happened before to happen again. How can we allow him? They prevented our children to go to school. All these youth people that you are seeing them here, wallahi, they ran away from this village for how many months? My children that were at the university or at the FCE here, they have to run away and leave the school. I don't know, but we don't want to see him here.
However, 2 days after his release, new charges are filed against him for his acts before 2015. The State Director of Public Prosecution, Darius Bayero, told Channels Television that the charges border on terrorism and treasonably felony against the state and the federal government.